Romans chapter 12, verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai have dealt to every man the measure of faith. Call halal yamla Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakakwadash Damyad. I also want to give double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, senior citations to the elect, the house of David, 144,000 of prophets. All right. Okay, the 1/3 scattered across the four corners of the earth, predestined to be saved, the first fruits. All right, I'm Brother Kwame Yashala from GMS St. Petersburg, Florida. And through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with a quick lesson. I got a couple precepts lined up, but, you know, the Spirit always prevail. All right, the Spirit always lead one thing to another. All right, and this lesson is basically centered around being content with what you have, man, because we all striving for that same crown, the crown of glory, the crown of life, man, the crown of immortality. Not to get beside yourself, not to let the flesh consume you, because we all still in this flesh, man. All right, certain demons that hop on you, and if you're not in the Spirit and examine it and recognize it and rebuke it, and you can let it become you, all right, and show forth amongst the brotherhood, all right, which is a no-no, man, okay? Romans chapter 12, verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you. All right, so brothers got to always remember, this is mainly to you younger Akim out there too, all right? First and foremost to myself. All right, we got to always remember that this is about grace, man. All right, us knowing the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, us knowing the high power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Alahayanawa, our power, man. All right, this is not a light thing. This is not something that's a fly-by-night, okay? Something that you can just pick up, all right? But something that you have to work for, man. Something that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai have to have given you that measure of faith, man, all right? According to your faith, the Lord have dealt you a certain measure. So you can't envy a brother, or you can't, look at a brother, all right, as that's your enemy, man, because ultimately that's a demon, okay? All right, always remember that Babylon the Great, this is Babylon the Great, housed of many demons, the most wickedest place on the planet Earth, man. Always remember that, man. All right, so these demons out here is lurking, okay? What did Satan say to the Most High? He said, what? When the Most High say, where comest thou, Satan? He said, what? From walking to and fro the earth, man. So that was going on back then. All right, so how much more now in Babylon the Great, man? Okay, did not Satan say to Yahushai, bow down and worship me, and I'll give you all these kingdoms? So come on, man. We are fighting a very spiritual battle, man. All right, so always remember, all right, the elect will prevail, but we don't know who the elect is. We're striving to be a part of that number. So be content with the things that thou hast, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to go into the word content. The etymology, it says, held or contained with limits. So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, know your limit, man. All right? So, hey, examine your lot, stand in your lot, push this truth, and stay focused, all right, on the task at hand. It says satisfied, having the desired limit to present enjoyments. All right, to hold. Okay. It says to hold with together. Hey, and what is that? The body of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. All right, matter of fact, since I said that, let me grab a quick precept through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. One of my favorite precepts in Ephesians, in the book of Ephesians, chapter 4. Get straight to the point. All right, because remember this title, all right, the title of this video always, all right, is about being content with the things that thou hast, all right? To what? The perfecting of the ministry. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 12. For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach. That's right, Khan. So Yahweh Shai gave every man that measure of faith. That's why I brought out Romans 12 and 3 to let not a man think above himself, man, all right? To think himself as being something, all right, when he is nothing. Okay, because we are all vessels and brought with a price. The scriptures tell you our reasonable service is to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, keep his commandments, and to present our body as a living sacrifice, all right? Our righteousness is filthy rags. Another word for righteousness is godliness. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain, all right? Hey, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua said he dwell with the lowly of mind, man. All right, not looking at yourself as you somebody in Israel, but always taking a low route, man. All right, because we all shepherds, man. All right, every brother in this truth, starting with Elder Apostle Hart and Great Millstone. Man, look, man, we shepherds, all right? This is our lot, okay? Lord's will, we those, man, it's going to be shown, man, all right, who are the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But we got to always remember, to lose on this side is to gain in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, so always have a lowly mind, man, all right? Which another word for that is humble. Scriptures say, Isaiah 66, to whom will the Lord dwell with? Roughly to say, to him that is broken and of a contrite spirit and trembleth at his word, man. All right, so the whole matter of this faith and grace is to always remember that we are of a broken spirit, man. Contrite spirit, okay? We're afflicted people. So don't look at yourself as you somebody, but your talents, all right? Use your talents, all right? Which another word for talent is money, all right? Use your talents, all right? And bid as many into the marriage, man. The coming of our Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right? This is St. Matthew's chapter 25, and I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, and so he that have received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, all right, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more, all right, through his measure of faith, according to the spirit that's in that man, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua have given him. All right, Yahweh Shai Mashiach has given him those 5 talents, all right? So what, he gained 5 more, man, all right? Not for filthy lucre's sake, but of a ready mind, as the scriptures say, all right? He fed the flock, all right? He went out there and worked. The scriptures tell you the harvest is plenty. There's too much work to be going on for brothers to be, envying brothers, all right? Okay, because that's what's going around in Israel right now, man. All right, brothers is looking at other brothers like, man, damn, man, I wish I was on that level. I wish I had that. Look, man, this is about you doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Standing in the body, all right? Okay. Remembering who we doing this for, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, in that carnal life, man. All right? Always remember, this is for the elect's sake, okay? Continuing on, it says, verse 21, his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Man, thou hast been faithful over a few things. So always remember, man, that's why the scriptures say, yet being a little chastised, man. All right? Man, we going, man, this is matter of fact, since I said that, let me grab this in 2 Corinthians. All right. Chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen. Right, the scriptures tell you, for hope that is seen is not hope. For why doth the man hope for it? Because he see it, right? The scriptures tell you faith is the substance of things not seen. All right, faith is the substance of hope, the evidence of things not seen, all right? Hey, the scriptures tell you to lay up your treasures in heaven, man, where no man can break in and steal. So you having followers or you having sheep, that's your reasonable service, man, as a shepherd, okay? All right, hey, man, King David wasn't glorifying in the fact that he had 99 sheep. Because what, when one sheep goes straight, what, he went out and got that sheep, man, all right? It's all about the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. It's all about doing your reasonable service and having contentness and godliness, man. All right, not looking at yourself above your measure of faith, man. Okay, remembering all right, the one who gave you this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all right, and doing it in sincerity, faith, and honesty, man, okay, and not for filthy lucre, say not for gain in the flesh, all right, but a gain in the spirit, man, a gain for the kingdom of heaven, all right, for a crown to be placed on your head, man, you know. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, man. Our eternal weight of glory, okay? All right, so this little work that Yahweh Shai has given us is going to work for a far and exceeding more abundant weight of glory, man. All right. Okay, so always remember, man, Yahweh Shai has given you a measure of faith. All right, continuing on in this Matthew chapter 25, verse 21. His Lord said unto him, all right, going back onto the servant of the Lord who he gave 5 talents, all right, he brought 5 more, all right, showing you, all right, that who you supposed to be doing this for. Are you looking at the next man because he was given 5 talents and you were given 1 or 3? And now you stop that from you let that hinder you from doing the work of your salvation. Scriptures say work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, all right? Okay, just stand in your lot, man, you know. It says, his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. All right, enter thou into the joy of the Lord, man, of thy Lord, which is what? The kingdom of heaven, man. Ain't this all for Yahweh Shai to have a seat on a chariot? Always remember that. We're striving for salvation, man. All right. We'll never be perfect in this flesh. As you always hear our elders apostles, I mainly hear Elder Apostle Bar say that, man, all right? I want to be perfect, you know. You want to be perfect, all right? But don't let it get beside your head, you know. Don't let it puff you up, all right? Matthew chapter 25, verse 22, he also that received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, well done, and good, faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into thy joy of the Lord. All right. Okay, so like I said, I just wanted to bring that out. Okay. All right, that brothers out there. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 talent, man. All right, don't be. If I read a couple verses down, don't be the one who had that 1 talent and knew that Yahweh Shai Mashiach was an all-sterry man, but you went and hit it. All right, do your work, man. All right, your work. All right, it's your say. The scriptures tell you to work out your own salvation, so you have to put in work in order to receive that salvation, man. All right, in order to get that crown. Every man, all right, has his measure of faith. All right. Okay. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. So that I can close out on that right there through the spirit and power of Yahweh. So if the scriptures say we brought nothing into this world, do not the scriptures also say ye are brought with a price? So hey man, we don't own these bodies, we don't own this spirit. We were put here to do a service, man. We're servants of the Lord, man. The scriptures tell you, fear ye not, O worm Jacob. Right, we're worms, man. Okay, so always remember, you know, glorify Yahweh Shai so that ye can be glorified. And with that, I say, call Allah Yahweh Shai, Thumb Yah, double honors to my apostles, elders, great millstone. Salutations to the 144,000 of prophets out there preaching this truth with sincerity, faith, and honesty. And also salutations to the 1/3 scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. Shalom.